Hey, good morning. It is Thursday, October 29th, 5:41 a.m. I feel like I need a morning after pill after all the hyperbole from yesterday with the Republicans and the FOMC's decision to hold steady. Um, we have a calendar today that's going to be very important for the direction of the market. So until 7:30, no trades. We need to see where these jobless claims come in and the GDP print. The Fed, no doubt, was looking at this one print again on GDP, which was much lower than the previous print. So we're moving backwards again, not forward on our projection. And I know that the Fed knows exactly where those numbers are. We don't, but the Fed does. So there's a reason that they did not raise, and it's probably because our numbers just are not there yet, right? So they're doing their job, and that's what they're. It's. I'm glad that they're there, taking care of this. So they will raise the rates at the right time. It's not the right time when we have a backwards gross domestic product, right? And the rest of the world. Look at the unemployment, 2.7 million in Germany. Um, the world economy is not there. It's good that they took that off. Our economy is tied to the global marketplace, but we need to rely on our numbers, not the global numbers. And so that was good that they removed that language. But we know that it's weighing on their minds that if central banks are going to be instituting quantitative easing and other mega countries like China are tightening their lowering their interest rates, that it's not a good time to be bucking that trend and being the lone camper in the woods to do the opposite. So, especially when you have a projected lower GDP print, that just not would have been the right time. So, we'll see what that print is. As far as the movements yesterday, we really came back into the value area. We've got our upward slope. We're back inside the yearly value. Came just shy of the yearly point of control. We're filling in that air pocket that was here, and we're going to back trace until the 730 number. Excuse me. We've got our divergence, our momentum divergence happening. Um, might be a really good time to buy an option on this with a GDP print above 1.6, 1.6 or higher. I'd say 1.5 or higher. A two print GDP number. I mean, go to nadex.com and get you something, or go to your interactive brokers and buy yourself a longer option. Um, Here is the wrong chart. Here is my world. Here is yesterday's 30-minute VPOC, or actually, this is yesterday's VPOC daily, and here's yesterday's VWAP, and you see the wedge. And here is the composite point of control. So we're just going to be chopping inside this high volume node here. If we break out of this consolidation area between the standard deviation and the VPOC, if we break out of this area to the upside, then we're definitely going to be testing the previous value high, which is correlated to the current open and the current composite VPOC, which is the blue line. So all of this is a very high target especially sandwiched into the VWAP deviation bands. So this might be a very good target for today, which is at 46 to retest the highs would be my best guess. If it is a horrible GDP number, I'd be looking for a downside test of this lower value area. But right now, I'm still biased to the upside for crude. Taking a look at NASDAQ, we've got an opposite picture. We're at the top of the world in NASDAQ, and it's all going to still rely on this GDP number. You see how mixed the markets are? Everything but the 10-year note, really, which actually is just now getting mixed also. It was all red just a few minutes ago. Excuse me. I need to get a stronger laptop or take some of these charts off. I've got some charts that have the Bloodhound calculations, and it really, Ninja Trader's a memory hog anyway. All these charts have to run their calculations each time I flip over to a different market. So I probably need to move off of a laptop into a desktop and get me some power behind these charts. That would be nice. I'll put that on my bucket list. So let's see, any months now. How did y'all like that Republican debate? I thought nobody really moved anything for me one way or another. I'm still undecided. Okay, here is the NASDAQ. Come on, one more. There we go. We have a double top, and we're consolidating inside that range to the high side. I think that a bad GDP, bad unemployment is going to send this higher. A good GDP, a good unemployment is going to send this lower. As simple as that. So it's how to trade this report. Looking at the previous VPOC down here at 46.37, and the previous VWAP are running tightly in tandem. So I would think that this lower edge is going to get tested. And so I'll be looking to trade down out of this current wedge. Here's our current developing volume point of control at the top of the value area. But it's just depends on what that report is. So there's really no way for me to sit here and second guess what that report number is going to be, so I won't even attempt to do that. But do you see how this value high, we're sitting on this edge of the world? If we break that, then it is going to come down to test this yesterday VPOC, which is sitting right above the VWAP. So that's going to be a very high probability trade, is to take that continuation all the way down versus a drop and pop on the standard deviation band. I think it will continue to push down low, and then may come in to test yesterday's open, but which is sitting on a level that I have my green lines. So it just depends on the number, though. This could very well break above the current volume point of control, which is a red dash line, and start moving up and out again on a bad print. So all about the numbers today, and here's the mixed markets. The notes are down, but everything else is mixed, waiting for those numbers. And I'm waiting too. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. And so I will post my post-market report later. I'm going to start going to my blog and posting those market reports right here under market review. I need to change the name of this to show what I did the previous sessions with my trading. Of course, yesterday was a phenomenal trading day. Everybody did well yesterday. How could you not? And we will see what today brings. Thank you so much.